Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. This is going to be a little odd, maybe. This game seems like it's coming out of left field. Trying to think of ways to say that it's been 3 months since I've uploaded, maybe a little more, which is an unprecedented amount of time, honestly, for me. I did kind of this last year wasn't great for uploads, and mostly due to work. Like the new job I'm at is way more time intensive than any of the other ones I've been in. And while I'm sure I definitely could have done better managing my time, it was also just there was just a lot going on, just a busy year, and I've had to sort of remind myself that this channel is something I do for fun, for funsies. And if it's bringing me stress, thinking about not playing the game, but then like having to take the time to edit it when I have such limited free time. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I need to relax and like not punish myself. But I've been wanting to get back. I'm sure it's going to be awkward because it always is, even after a little break. And this is again an unprecedented one. But I have had, while the channel isn't huge and it wasn't designed to be, I have had support from some very good friends, and I want to keep going and see where we're gonna go with this. To be honest, I guess there was I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I kind of for many years thought that when the next Dragon Age come out, before we knew the name, it was Dragon Age 4 or whatever. I was like, all right, my channel is essentially a waiting room for Dragon Age, the next Dragon Age, at this point, and it was felt like that for 10 years, and that after once Dragon Age, now Veilguard, came out, it would be like either things would potentially get like more like busy, that because Inquisition was what actually made my channel get kind of to the point that it's at right now. And so I was like, oh, okay, the next Dragon Age game, people will come back out of the woodwork, and maybe things will, instead of just kind of being easy, consistent, maybe things will go up from there, and we'll see what we do with that. But that never happened. Because everybody, we'll be honest, Veilguard was not what we wanted necessarily. It was fine, but I have like 22 pages of rant on Veilguard that I keep thinking I'll make into a video one day, and I have like 7 pages of what I appreciated, but mostly it was not mostly, it was in many ways a game that we just see the bare bones of what could have been. So for my expectations weren't met, other people's expectations weren't met, and so in many ways my expectations for what would happen to the YouTube channel also weren't met, because it was like, it wasn't the game we were promised, and by 10 years most people had kind of a lot of people had fallen off the bandwagon. And then when they saw what it was, and especially the way it was marketed, nobody had high hopes at that point. So we were clinging to scraps. But besides that, I've now kind of had to figure out what I want this channel to be going forward, despite that, right? Where it's like I was like, oh, things will go up, and like I'll play Veilguard, and like then we'll, I don't know, I felt like there'd be more direction, but there's not. It's just, it didn't turn out like that, right? So now I'm like, well, what do I want to do? I've been chatting with a few people who are like, you know what? It's just for fun. It's just something you do to have a good time. I've been doing it for years, and like the channel and everything, and it shouldn't be something that you necessarily stress about. And I gotta admit, as people may have noticed, if you even remember back when I was recording Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3 was stressing me out. It's a massive game. Huge. I was hoping Act 3 would be a bit more pared down. I feel like Act 3 is bigger than Act 1 and 2 combined, with the amount of things there is to do in that city. And honestly, the Karlach questline, I don't know. I'm really worried that I'm not going to be able to save her, and maybe that sounds silly, but like in a world as turbulent as we currently live in, I just want to play a video game where I can save my friends. And you know what I mean? And like Karlach is my romance interest in this. I think she's like the best thing ever. And as silly as it may sound, it stresses me out immensely that because Shadowheart died, And like, you know, Karlach's thing is like set up that she's gonna die almost, you know, and it's like I feel like they're gonna give me like a terrible choice I'm gonna have to make or something, and it stresses me out. And just Baldur's Gate 3, as much as I want to finish it, like I want to finish it, just right now, the idea stresses me out, and I don't want to deal with it, which is an avoidance tactic, and it's not great. I know I was playing Sable, and I was playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. I do want to play Assassin's Creed Mirage still. Sable, I think I'm going to wrap up pretty quick. It's a beautiful game, some poignant moments, but there's not, the middle's kind of empty a little bit. Although, I mean, it's supposed to be that way. It's a roaming, wandering, beautiful game. But it's difficult, I think, to do as a YouTube series and keep it interesting, you know? So that one, I think I'm going to have to wrap up here pretty soon. But I don't know. When I was talking with one of my sisters specifically, she was like, well, why don't you just like start recording things and maybe you don't finish them, but you just record what you want, right? This is very long, but just record what you want when you want, and people will watch or they won't, you know? And it's like the people who are like, you know, chilling and just putting you on in the background or watching because of you or whatever, like they'll watch. And the people who like don't, that's great. You know, like it's not a huge deal. So I don't know if I'm getting it all out properly. I do have my desktop back finally after literally 6 months. I finally have my desktop back from my friend. My desktop and I have both been on long journeys and have seen much and are now finally reunited, mother and child. So I've been able to get the downloads and stuff figured out, especially with Baldur's Gate. Making sure all my cloud saves are synced and everything, because that was the problem why I couldn't play it on my laptop. But yeah, I'm still chilling at my parents' for the holidays because it's the off season and I get to do that. I have extended. They essentially don't work much during the winter. I'm doing some remote work, but other than that, I'm just kind of chilling. And I've been eyeing this game and a few other games that I actually really want to play this year. I would like to play Claire, the 33 Expedition, whatever, French game, Final Fantasy. I was gifted that by a friend last year, and it won, I don't know, did it win Game of the Year? It won something, won a couple things, I think. And anyway, everybody seems to love it, and I don't know anything about it except for, like, the premise. And so I'm like, all right, like it wasn't that interesting sounding, but because so many people love it for the storytelling aspect, and a trusted friend of mine really loved it, I'm like, all right, you know what? Okay, we'll give it a whirl. And he gifted it to me, so like, you know, hooray. So I've got that on my docket. This game, Strange Antiquities, also a gift from a friend. Two friends actually tried to gift it to me, and I didn't realize you couldn't, like, accept both. And so, but I got that from the one friend. But both friends, like, they both knew me that I would love this game. So this has been on the docket. What was the other? A Chance of Senar, which is sort of like looks like Sable, but it's like if the Tower of Babel were, like, a video game, sort of, but like the idea of the Tower of Babel, right? Where it's like everybody's split linguistically, and then they create like different cultures and everything, and your character has to go around sort of piecing together the languages. Is kind of the impression I'm under. Also, it's stunningly gorgeous. That's on my list. I did last year. I am also trying to not buy too many games. For one thing, just the video game industry right now is bonkers. I'm trying to buy, if I buy games, I'm trying to buy more indie ones off of like Epic and GOG, because Steam is not the greatest right now in my mind. But I did buy last year during a winter sale. I bought the Indiana Jones game because I've been really wanting that, and you can't get it anywhere else except on Steam and consoles. And so I bought Indiana Jones and the Great Circle or whatever, which is a hilarious name. Very bland. But I've been wanting to play that indie. I'm an archaeologist, you know. I've been wanting to play the archaeologist game, and it seemed good. I got the version of it that has the DLC, so it was like $10 more. So I was like, sure, why not? But that's sort of a haphazard idea of what I want to do this year. Strange Antiquities. I guess I'll talk about it really quick right now. I played the game, and the other game the company made, Strange Horticulture. Loved it. Like, I mean, it was like played for like 7 hours. It was good. It wasn't like, didn't like blow my mind, but I liked it a lot. Right? And so, of course, when I see something about something Strange Antiquities, I'm like, yo, that's like right up my alley. I will say the idea of selling things on an antiquities market is always like a thing for me, you know, but it's often the video gamified version of my job. So I'm interested to see what it does. And obviously a couple of my friends both thought I would really like it. So I've been wanting to play this, and I was I sat down to stare at my computer, and I was like, maybe I should just pick up Baldur's Gate 3 again, you know, and get that going again. But the idea of it honestly exhausted me. It just takes so long to do anything in that game. You can spend an hour in it, and you still haven't done anything, and it's like, ugh, you know, it stresses me out. But yeah, Strange Antiquities, I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but I want to start it and put it on the channel. Yeah, so I've got that. I've got the Claire game, Claire Obscura 33 Expedition thing. I literally can't remember what order the name is. Last year I did actually start Outer Wilds, which I've only heard rave reviews about. I recorded like 3 hours that I played of it. And wanted to get back to it, but then Hades 2 came out, which I have been playing on my own. That's not a game I never played Hades 1 or Hades 2 on the channel. Those are games I play for myself. And then I can just like grind, you know? And it's been really great. I love it. Hades 2, more of Hades 1, but like more and like different, more like more of the same, but also more new things. And I'm like, yeah, yes. Love that game. But yeah, sorry, what did I say? Oh, Outer Wilds is another one I do want to pick up again. Indiana Jones game, Chance of Senar. Seems like an interesting linguistic and artistic game. And again, some of these are ones I might start recording and then it's like, not great for the channel maybe, you know? But I'm just gonna play, this is all very long and who knows how much of this gall. I should have made this way more concise. But I guess I'm a little nervous to start recording again. Whoever does happen to watch this, I really appreciate it. I guess sort of the takeaway is that I'm just going to kind of record what I want, which kind of stresses me out, and I feel like I might go back on that too. Just because it's like, oh, I feel like I have to like finish things, you know? But, you know, life is short, and things are crazy, and you should do things that spark joy. So I guess as long as you're around for me and you enjoy the things I do, if nothing else, if I start a game and then it's interesting and I don't finish it, maybe that'll encourage somebody else to get it, you know? So, but other than that, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm going to try to make the ride work this year. Last year the ride was a bit bumpy. And this year, I'm hoping maybe it'll be windy, but not bumpy. I might be a little bit more bouncing around to different games and things, but I'm still hoping to be able to upload content and share it with you guys and have a fun space, you know, to just hang out and play video games. And this is something that's been a staple in my life for a long time, is doing this YouTube channel, and I would like to keep doing it. So I'm just gonna maybe seeing as how like the Veilguard stuff didn't work out how I thought it would, I've been kind of floating around, and now I'm gonna try this way of doing things, right? Like I thought I had a clear path, it didn't work out, so now I'm trying a different path. To be fair, I also did, after work ended in like October-ish, like mid-October, I definitely like bed rot for like a month. I just was like, I was so tired, and I just like bleh, and I just literally just watched Chinese dramas for about a month straight. Didn't do anything productive. So I just, because usually even on my off sessions, I would have physical therapy I had to get to, you know, car stuff to deal with, like all, you know, medical stuff, you know, just routine medical things that pile up when you're working for 15 days straight. So it was nice to just bed rot and like grow some like little mushrooms, little funguses out of my skin for a while, you know? So that happened, and then I went down to Arizona to visit friends. and to get myself out of the townhouse that I was staying in with friends, because I was also like, okay, I'm taking advantage of people's kindnesses because they let me stay there, and I'm like, I need to go. So I just yeeted myself out to Arizona, had a good time out there, and then yeeted myself out to the Midwest to go visit family, and so that for the holidays, and that's where I'm at still. So, but I'm trying to implement like a schedule in my days of like, recording a certain amount. I work out, I eat breakfast, whatever, record, and then do some like of my remote work for online. Anyway, this is all so long. I have no idea how much of this I'm actually going to keep in, but this is, I guess it's been 3 months, so there you go. And I'm kind of being haphazard with it, with the update, but sorry for the long absence, but it was its own break, an own sort of reset that I needed to kind of figure out where I wanted to go with things. And I'm hoping now that I'm just going to play. Like, I was sitting down to be like, I should play Baldur's Gate, and I was like, you know what, I actually want to play Strange Antiquities. So that's what we're doing. And, the premise, I don't even know. Let's hop in. I kind of know what the premise is, but I'm going to let it explain. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. So, sort of brief summary, Strange Horticulture was sort of a murder mystery of sorts. You were running like a pharmacy or something like that, and you had like plants and stuff that you were like doing things with, but you were also like talking to the customers who came in and trying to figure out this like mystery. And it was a branching path game where like you had like, oh, what do you want to do today? This, or this, and each decision would actually affect the outcome. And there was like, I don't know, 7 different outcomes of the game or something, and I only got one of them in Strange Horticulture. I'm not 100% what a thaumaturge is, but it looks like it has something to do with like antique magic stuff. So I know the word, and like I feel like in context I'm like thaumaturgy, but like we'll see what it is in context of this. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities in my hands. None of us knew by then that the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Oh, I'm already excited. Also, here's hoping all the recording stuff works. Everything seems to be good. It's been ages, though. The vibes are immaculate. Look at this. Look at that. The imagery. Plants and bones, my favorite kind of imagery. Oh, I think you can pet the cat. Hello, kitty. Let's see. Hello, old boy. This feels very British. So did Strange Horticulture. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in the Raven Glass and must leave at once. I am leaving the shop in your care, and with some reluctance, I might add. Oh, geez, I did. I thought I had to click to keep him talking. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. Why? He's like, reluctantly. What? There's an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. I can't. British accent, I could do it for fun and not for real. Under no circumstances should you seek entry into any locked drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. You're gonna die. Okay. Use the D-pad. Alright, thank you. Love this for us. People. The thaumaturge. Eli is a thaumaturge, a collector and curator of powerful objects. Alright, objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands and armed with the right knowledge can be a gateway to so much more. Is this also, it had sort of Lovecraftian vibes, and I was like, yes, like cosmic horror vibes. It's definitely a Lovecraftian thing. Where, like, this happens a lot in his short stories where, I mean, Lovecraft, he was a dick, he was a bad person, he was a complicated person, potentially, but he was extremely racist and misogynistic and just afraid of everything. So, But in a lot of his stories, which I did love, I've written. Like, oh, I can't record anymore. I have read all of his short stories. He has apparently more letters than like fiction that he's written. So I haven't read any of his letters, but I've read his entire compendium of short stories. They're really great. They're also very much a product of his time. Even he was a little off for his time, though. Let's be real. I looked into it, and he was. Even his like contemporaries were like, "Yo, dude, maybe chill out a little bit on the like extreme racism and also classism, sexism." Oh, anyway, his stories though are fascinating, and they often start with like strange objects being put, like that mortals are acquiring these objects that have these strange powers. I'm not really sure what it's all about, you know, and it's some, you know, scholarly white guy who's the only one who can unlock its secrets fully, and you're like, okay, nerd. You know. But anyway, this is so cool. This guy Eli definitely seems like the kind of guy that would be the lead of a Lovecraft story. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As owner of strange antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that's mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Okay. And we have Jupiter! Is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found strange antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorizing rodents, and midnight explorations of the Undermere and beyond. The what now? What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residences. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh, Cthulhu object. I can drag it and move it around, but I don't. Oh, inspect. Okay. Color and composition. Green marble. Iron. Okay. Interesting. Cool and smooth. Intricate detailing. I wonder how, like, specific this will get. I have nothing to... Yeah, this doesn't seem like it would have a smell. If it did, I'd be more concerned. What does my mind say? Okay, my mind is blank to this. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, horrifying. Iron gray metal fleck with dark red. It's not rust, it's blood. Yeah, oh, yeah. Looks like a hand, kind of, but I actually think it might be a crown. We shouldn't touch it, probably. Raised detailing. A substance flakes off and leaves marks on my fingertips. Horrifying. It should smell... Yeah, it probably smells like stone and blood. It has an energy about it. Okay! So this maybe is a fake... But no, it's moving around. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. We should continue on with what the story wants us to do. Oh, look at that. I know, okay. We're going to look at everything in due course. Congratulations! Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. That's me. I'm a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. I'm so happy for you. I keep pressing A. But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you would be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter boon. Okay, use Y on item. Well, potentially this or that, or this. Okay. But I don't know. Hey, oh, it's made of clay. Okay, not wood. Textured. Pointy. Textured. Scent. Nothing. Nothing to remark. Okay. What is this? I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. I don't know what that means. Oh, notebook. Use item. Oh. No, no. I want to look at it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And should we read all of this before we do anything? An ecumenical is a receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence, pulling at the thread of one's mind. I don't like that. Aries remnant. These objects induce a form of synesthesia, where colors and tones, light and shadow, there's like highlighted stuff here too. Oh, wait, no, go back. Oh, so we can, if we find keyword, or like if we're like finding keywords when we're inspecting objects potentially, we can be like, oh, something about light, and then like go to the index, look at light, and then go into here, right? Okay, and we can go to the table of perfect. Okay, this is excellent. Okay. The light and shadow can be felt through touch. They are sometimes used by those who work in low light conditions, such as miners. The gemstones in an Aries remnant are arranged in the shape of the constellation that share its name. We have a goat over there. I don't know if it counts as a ram. Binding seed. These items are made of two distinct materials representing the mentic and the wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. The binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Oh. Well, that's not nice. The spirals I've seen in various art gardens or botanical gardens are about meditation and contemplation. Ethereal key is designed to be hidden from prying eyes. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. These are rare items and not generally known outside the thalamic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Maybe that's our wandering eye thing. Well, maybe it's this. Known as the Eyes of the Forest, these ancient artifacts enable one to enter the mind of lesser creatures. It is alleged that Cernunnos himself wielded the eye. Who are you? The eyes of Cernunnos are hard to come by. They are powerful and should not be used carelessly. Who are you? Okay, I don't get to know who that person is, but... Guise of Lillian. These items can allow the bearer to pass unrecognized. If used for any length of time, the looter can begin to lose their sense of self. The remains of bygone creatures have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bones to trilobites, ammonites, and the devil's toenails. I think that's the shell. May, hopefully. Or this one. Haha, this creature. That's an ammonite. Trilobite. No, it's a trilobite. Ammonite's this one. Devil's toenails. What is that? A guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Hearing charm or a bearing charm? Hearing charm. A simple trinket that amplifies sounds. While generally used by the hard of hearing, they are curiosity that can be enjoyed by young and old alike. And of course, they have more devious applications too, making it possible to eavesdrop on private conversations. Hearing charms take the form of animals known for their hearing. Heart chamber. Oh no. There's a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Is this all potentially based off British, the Isles mythology? Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with power in an item known as a wraith chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Wolf Song and Fearbringer. I mean, this looks vaguely Nordic. But this, I'm like, I don't know. This looks almost Hindi with the extra arms. But that's just because I don't know a lot about a lot of things. Horned Shackle. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smoother over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Hunter's Boon. Hunter's Boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Interesting. I would have assumed more, I would have been like, a deer or an elk is more of a hunt. like a hunter's item for some reason, because I know those are the animals you are hunting, right? But this is an interesting way to look at it, as like getting predator totems instead. Lamb's Siphon. Used to reverse the effects of the Blackheart curse. A skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing a curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. What are you? Curse, danger, death, blah, 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 blah. I did Lamb Siphon. Libula. Libulae are purported to offer change, reassurance in times of upheaval and change. But they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturge knows well. An imbuement, so like a modicum of wisdom, shows that a libula is not merely decorative. The Orford Spire. During the Rite of the Red Knives, an Orford Spire is fully submerged in ghost blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. Yeah. I wonder, because I see the little horns sticking out, so I wonder if I think the skull down here had horns. Ossic Ring. There is these somewhat macabre objects were originally made as an offering to the goddess Corchin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say they can hear Corchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic Ring up to their ears. She's a serpent goddess. Restful Mether. A mether is a thaumaturge's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Dranthium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. The particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rushing clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. So that might be helpful to me. Sextrum protects against insanity in all its forms. These items, like the mind itself, are not well understood. Possibly something I will also have to use. Shadow Hold. A shadow hold, or Ashadic vessel, is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar, a bottle, or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an Ashadic spirit. The manifestation knows creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. Okay, I think we have one of those. We have a shadow catcher, potentially. Shimmer. These belong to a series of objects that were designed to slot into armor and weaponry. They induce calm rage in the face of the unimaginable horrors of battle, allowing the bear to stay one step ahead. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chest plate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell, 1356. The Knight of Thorns. Maybe this little flower? Or is it maybe something on the chest piece? White Stag. We do have a stag. Silent Breath. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there's no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A Silent Breath contains a small token from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bear to sense danger before it arrives. Voice of Cernunnos. The voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has a certain imbued property. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a torque. This. Zaya. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart. These innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zias are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writing upon their surfaces. I can't believe I don't know what's in my own book. Or in my own shop. It is not mine technically. Okay. Hunter thing. So maybe this. Oh, these are... we're not supposed to open the locked drawers. Hilarious. Okay. Oh, that might be the shadow charm. So real quick, of course, the day I try to record stuff, immediately all of my siblings, actually, legitimately all four, no, three of the four, called me almost simultaneously. So it is wonderful to be loved, and so we chatted for many hours. But hopefully now I can record for a bit. It's just funny every time I try to like set a schedule, especially when I'm like home for the holidays. And for a break, I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. And then it never works out. Something always comes up. Like I had to go pick up my sister today because she got out of school because she didn't feel well, and like all just like things I just can't with it, I'm trying my best. But, it was really nice to talk to them. So, it was good. It was nice hanging with all the siblings, actually. Like, honestly, like all the sisters ended up showing up, so we ended up just chatting for a while. It's always nice. We're all, most of us are adults of some sort. One's nearly an adult, right? But, so it's just, everybody's got their lives and stuff going on. So when we all manage to convene when the stars align, it's like, oh, hello, So today I just happened to be the fulcrum point, so that was nice. But I don't remember anything I've read on these things. I know we had... So the hunting thing he's looking for is going to be a predator animal. Can you... This just closes? Okay. And I was looking at this. So let's inspect... Color and composition, yellowy brown, yellowy white. It is smooth but with hard ridges and smooth. Scent, I sure hope not. Inner perception, it gives me a sensation of power. Oh, okay. Okay. I think, oh, you can select the color for, what, why? What sort of runic disposition do I want to assign to this? That's cool. Oh, and okay, you can zoom in. That's handy. I didn't know what that was for. Well, they don't give me enough colors, so I think I'm just gonna go by... Let's see if I think it's going to be labeled regardless, but what do I think is like a predator sign? Alright, let's see. I did it! Yay! A tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. Yes, indeed. I'm just making sure all my audio is working. Okay. Yes, these carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with sentimental feelings such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. I was like, is this a new thing? Or is this about what I just did? No, this is a new thing that has opened up in this magical book that we have. They sometimes feature crescent-shaped, associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself is often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Oh my gosh, it's like Baldur's Gate. I can't escape Baldur's Gate. Celine and whatever her name is. For handle my first customer, you can bring item K. Kitty. Pet. Okay, I mean, I could go through and, like, assign things, but I think they'll be assigned as I get customers. The nights are drawn in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds. This is Australian. So my father always used to say. This is not. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since the past 2 winters gone. A creeping dark is set up in my house. Oh, there's tentacle monsters outside. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. A shadow hold. Let me check my little book. Excuse me, sir. Let me just check my book. Is that a... Okay, that is a thing I can look at. Yeah, okay. It's like a dream catcher, but a shadow catcher. And I think no, that's not quite one. This is like a Celtic knot, sort of. This might be it. This might be it. Isn't it supposed to be like a vessel? I didn't read all the way. That's so spooky. Anybody who wants that, I'm gonna be like, are you murderer? Can I open this? Oh, okay, okay. I was wondering, because we have this like scale set, I'm gonna have to like powder herbs or something. What do you do? Also, I don't know, I was sitting in the menu for a while when I was talking to my siblings, and I don't know if it's because I had it technically active that this has gone up, or if it's because I like handled or touched something, but I'm like, gosh dang it. So yeah, anyway, I'm a little worried about that. Okay. It's a jar bottle. Okay, yeah, so it couldn't be this then. Okay, here you go. Oop, okay. Ugh. I did it. Yeah, it has a sketch, so it's pretty easy. A sunbonnet is a small and lightweight designed to be carried discreetly and made of some non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and lightness of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. I'm out of... Did I just say I'm out of whatever? There's an auto-labeling option in the setting if adding labels by hand isn't your thing. I think I have... Oh, yeah. Sure. I don't want to... Let me just make sure it's doing it then. Are you not going to do it? Next customer. What's with these ravens flying about Undermere today? Oopsie. I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Letter for you, sir. Thanks. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. Why did you take somebody like that with you? They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here. I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Okay. Show me the entry on the shin. What am I supposed to do with this? Okay. Well. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do besides take customers. So that's what I'm going to do. You want an Austic... Okay. Is he supposed to look like Harry Potter and he's speaking parcel tongue? Oh my gosh. Because it's a snake ring? Okay. Let's see. A ring. I don't know if I have a ring. What happens if I don't have it? Sick ring. Oh, okay. So I was looking at this, but it looked almost like antler, like a horn setup. I was expecting it to be full around. They are macabre. But she's like the spirally shape. So this is like the spirally thing I'm looking at. Oh, and you can hear a hiss. Oh. Okay, wow. Bronze, oh, what did it say? An uneven texture. Nothing to remark. What did it say about... I mean, you're not an Ossic ring. Fills me with a sense of foreboding. Oh, maybe this. Nothing to remark. Just expecting it to smell worse. I mean, oh, so it must just be the hand? And hard and cool, leathery and bony. Withered flesh and gold. I mean, what about the ring itself? Oh, and there's a slightly out-of-body feeling, like my hands belong to somebody else. Rough and pitted, hard and ridged. Okay. Stone. A fossilized creature. Oh, okay, so it's the, like, the ammonite thing. Is this the... Oh, this must be the... Maybe the myrtle stuff, maybe? Oh, I can't, like, inspect it. Maybe they're just... Maybe it's just decor. Oh! I don't know what that did, but I did it. It said macabre. Is this supposed to be a snake? I think I'm gonna try this. Oh, because also there's like the hand. I can't remember what it's for now, but in Harry, when he goes into the shop, the like bad shop in the, oh my gosh, in the, when he first learns to use the ashes, the fire teleportation thing, and he messes up and goes into like the dark side shop. Let's try this. If I get it wrong, that's fine. Oh my gosh. Oh. I should slow down. Oh, if I get it wrong, my insanity goes. Oh, that's not good. It has a ring on it. This is the only other one I can think of. But none of the roundy things gave me any sort of, sound. You know? Maybe... No? Okay. It can't be this. Okay. Heart feels lighter. What's this? This looks like something I should be able to pull. I mean, this is the only other thing I can think of. Oop. I'm about to be going insane. Not this, is it? Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully I got my sanity goes back down again. Because I was thinking of that. I didn't know this was bone necessarily. I guess I should inspect things more thoroughly. But I was looking for a macabre thing and also spirals, like snake stuff. Evil can't. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Okay, so that's why I would need to have... Oh, nice. Okay, I can do it like that. Can I... Oh, okay. Kitty, will petting the cat help my sanity? Apparently not. I'm on the edge of a mental breakdown. Oh, there's a spider. You can turn the spiders off. There's a setting I saw for that. And I was like, I have no problem with little spooky guys. Oh, I need to check my people list. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. And they'll kill if necessary. What, that? I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there was something happening out there and I'd like to know what. A voice of Cernus might help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Okay, that was that the goat? That was the antler guy? That's, the ornithologist. The 14th Lord of Gleeston Castle is a man of wealth and privilege like the 13 before him. He is a man who would be easy to despise, as his father was, but he's well loved by those who know him. Now retired, he was a professor of ancient languages at the University of Cumbria, but his real passion is birds. His students learn to divert particularly dense lectures on Latin declension, I don't know, by asking about local owl species or by quizzing the professor on increasingly exotic bird calls. Edmund was only too happy to oblige, spending hours recounting stories of his adventures in Africa and New Zealand. Okay, so not everybody gets an entry. Interesting. The ornithologist. What happens if I go crazy? What did he say? He wanted an eye or the voice? Okay, he wants the voice of Cernus. Also, I'm hoping... Yeah, I'm hoping okay, because it looked like it was like, oh, you have to add it to the book yourself. And I'm like, I'm hoping it just does that automatically. But it looks like the ones I've gotten are showing up. So, hopefully, anyway. Bronze. Okay. Antlers. Antlers, bronze. Usually depicted as a man wearing antlers. My only man-shaped totems are in there. Bronze, though. Maybe this? No, that's not bronze. I am an idiot. But let's see. Brown fabric, bone, pewter. What this? Gold. Oh, I would have not guessed gold. Green, turquoise, blue. Okay, complicated. Bronze. This? It's not horns. I can't remember what this was. Bronze. Too bad I can't flip it over. Raised detailing. Nothing. Nothing to remark. So we've got a bronze thing. That one was clay. This one's probably wood. Wood. Oh, maybe bronze. Okay, we have two bronze. Ridge. I don't think. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, if the other one doesn't really have a sense, but if this is like a nature god, I feel like we should have some sense of something coming off of it. A strong sense of being watched, though. What is this? Nothing to remark. Nothing. Cool and smooth. The metal is surprisingly warm. An iridescent blue, glass, and iron. Okay. Material. Also bronze. Is this a torque? Because the other one specifically was a sense of being watched, and so I'm a little hesitant about that. But I have three. I think this is gold. Gold, and rocks. Okay. That's like one of the sunshine ones. It might be this. But I don't have many other... I don't have a ton of options left to me. In fact, almost none. I was thinking it was this, but like it must be like it could be like a spinning of something. He also has a snake, so it would be kind of like that. that has certain imbued properties. I'm leaning towards that one. I mean, maybe I should just get it over with. I mean, there's like the horns, which I think is kind of meant to throw me off, but there's gotta be something else about being watched. I'm gonna risk it. Whee! I did it. Similar looking item appears around... Oh, I didn't even look around his neck. That must be what the torque is then. I was assuming it was the staff. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from Spirit Eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fears, nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Okay. Maybe that over there. Kitty, pet. Wait, what? Why is that? Put that back. It's only, I was like, oh yeah, auto label, but it's only auto labeling the ones I found since I said, yes, please auto label. I feel like that spiders just made that web back there for the record. This is a hidden drawer, for sure. Ooh, I can move the candles around. Alright, end the day, I guess. I have not done anything yet. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Back Barrow. What story are we telling? I was like, what do you want me to do? Shackles. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Me? Or the escaped prisoner is saying somebody else hit him in the first building he came to. I don't know. What? I don't know. Put it wherever you want. Sure. So that's if I go down. Alright. Any of my haunted items changed? No? I sure hope not. We will have to go ahead and cut it off there. I was still getting back into the swing of things with recording. It was kind of getting into the game, so I hadn't quite realized the timing on when I should stop the videos. But before we end the video, I want to give a special shout out to my Patreons because I've kind of been a coward and haven't looked because it's been 3 months since I've recorded or uploaded anything. So I was expecting people to have moved on, right, in 3 months. But as far as I can tell anyway, I still have the big group of patrons who have apparently put up with me being gone for 3 months. Despite really, I don't do anything really special on Patreon. I have some rewards that I'd like to send out that I've had on delay for a while, but I don't really do anything special on Patreon. Maybe this year I'll try to be better with it. But even without that, or with that, I guess, not uploading anything either for 3 months. I just wanted to say thank you. Really, truly, thank you guys. I don't deserve it, I feel, but that's kind of the thing with kindness and the generosity and like friendship and all that, right? Like sometimes you feel like you don't deserve it, but the people around you are like, no, you do, and like you're like, oh, okay, well, I believe you, I guess I have to, right? Because not that you have to, it's just that it's harder to tell sometimes when you're in your own head whether or not you are worthy or whatever but you don't have to be worthy of kindness and generosity, right? It's just it's what people choose to give. And so especially at the beginning of a new year, I really wanted to say thank you. So I guess officially the official shout outs I'll give here. So I wanted to give shout out specifically to the Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Aisling, for your support. Leof and Fane, thank you guys very much for supporting at the Acorn tier. I really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to my Sapling tier patron, Reese Galito, has been here, I think, since the start of me having a patron, and it's very incredibly kind of you. Thank you. And I want to give an extra, truly special shout out to Nightshade and to Christopher, who are my Forest tier patron, who give me a lot of support, especially Christopher. I just want to give you an extra special shout out for, commenting and being active and like being here also since the start of the Patreon I opened, it's incredibly kind. And Nightshade, I really appreciate you. I know I don't think we chat a ton, but everything you've given me it's extra meaningful because like we don't necessarily chat a lot. I don't know, maybe I'm getting too in the weeds with it, but again, this is the level of support from people that I especially after a 3-month break, I would have assumed, I did assume that maybe people would put things on pause at least, but as far as I can tell anyway, it looks like you guys are still here with me, and for all of you, I truly, this was a surprise, and it is very, very kind. Hopefully this year I can be better. I can improve potentially, right? That I can make myself and everybody else give joy like I can give people joy this year more consistently with more consistent uploads, and be able to sort of, I guess, pay back the kindness specifically of the patrons. But anyway, this is a very long patron outro, but truly thank you, especially after such a long drought. I couldn't be more grateful. So I hope you all have a good year as best as we can anyway in these times. And again, I will see you all in the next one.